If you want to know one of the finest disseminations, possibilities and probabilities of your wishes and desires coming true, then do check out the placement of the 11th house lord of the D9 chart, in which house it is in the D9 chart in the Navamsa.
Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, namaskar and adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more again with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have been doing this series of the different house lords of the D9 chart of the Navamsa within various houses in the D9 chart of the Navamsa itself. The reason being is to understand the finest dissemination of where the results are coming from, where the probabilities are given to you. Because as we have spoken many times, the D9 chart, the Navamsa chart is the finest dissemination of where the probabilities are coming in your life, where there is a higher probability of events, situations, chances being given to you. So it's important for us to delve deeper and understand how the placement of the 11th house lord in different houses in the D9 chart in the Navamsa is giving us results. Keep in mind that the 11th house lord or the 11th house is an Upachaya house, which means it gives you results over a period of time with effort. So if you're ready to bend your back, if you're ready to put in the effort, then over a period of time, the placement of the 11th house lord in whichever house it is, it will give you a chance, it will give you a situation. It will give you a very high probability of good success, huge success also if you are ready to put in the effort and if you're ready to bid your time. And wishes and desires don't come true just by you wishing something, but also not only putting in the effort, but also reaching out to your social network to be able to have able-bodied, able-minded and similar thinking people who also have a good rapport with you, who also gel with you, who also relate to you, and using their partnership and then doing results. Why partnerships are very important? Because not only is the 11th house lord getting involved, 11th house getting involved, but it is the Navamsa, the D9 chart. The Navamsa is a house or is a chart of probabilities coming through partnerships, through acquaintances, through teamwork, through relationships. And so let's deep dive in and see how relationships, through acquaintances, through your partnerships, you are able to bring about your wishes and desires coming true by virtue of where the house lord, 11th house lord is placed in which house in the D9 chart, in the Navamsa chart. Firstly, what is the 11th house? The 11th house is the house of social connections, the social network, your friends, the larger society, social responsibilities, your wishes and desires, large organizations, masses, the status quo in large organization or working for large causes. It is also the loss of the 12th house, expenses, efforts and so on. So when the 11th house lord of the D9 chart, the Navamsa chart, goes into the first house of the D9 chart of the Navamsa chart. So here we are talking about your life goals itself. We are talking about the self. We are talking about what status, what standing in society you will achieve through how you are able to use your 11th house connections of being able to create a social network, being able to create your extended social network, ability to work with friends, ability to work with like-minded people, and through that being able to achieve higher standing, higher dignity in society. So the message is clear. Build your relationships, build your network, think large, dream big, and then have a role or have a goal in life which is beyond self, which is for the larger society, which is for the masses. Then if done over a period of time, success will be given to you. However, this is also a house, the first house where the 11th house lord is placed, a house of your confidence, your purpose in life, your overall well-being. So your overall well-being will also come from effort that you put in over a period of time, and a number of times your overall well-being may also be connected to your friends, to your social network, which means many times if you don't get good friends, you may get into those habits which you don't like, which you want to shun. Your friends may, or your social network or your extended social network may get you into those situations where you may not achieve big. In fact, you may fail. So this is a message that please choose your friends very well, choose your partnerships very well. And why partnerships? Because the seventh house connections of the Navamsa, or the partnerships oriented connections of the Navamsa, the acquaintances oriented connection of the Navamsa, is all about how through partnership you will achieve the larger goals in society. Through your teamwork you will be able to get dignity, standing in society, and through how relationships you are able to make, then you are able to achieve big in society. So it's clear, the message is clear. When the 11th house lord in the D9 chart goes into the Navamsa, is that put in your effort towards building like-minded relations, building your network with people who may be your friends, but also are people with whom you can work, with whom you gel, who think alike like you. Have a larger goal in your life, have the confidence, and work on your ability to be able to send out a message and work towards the masses. Then all your wishes and desires will come true. There may be people who are standing by you through your relationship, through your partnerships, and through those you'll be able to achieve big. So build your social network, create your social connections, know who to make friends with, know who to avoid, work hard over a period of time, and if you are able to get the right breakthroughs, do use it to your advantage. And that is the message when the 11th house lord goes into the Lagna. Now, when the 11th house lord of the D9 chart of the Navamsa goes into the second house, what is the second house in the Navamsa? It is giving you higher probability of where the money is coming from, which clearly means that if the 11th house lord is going into the second house, which is fourth from self, then your ability to make assets, high degree of savings will be given through hard work that you are able to put in, build over a period of time, because here the 11th house lord is involved. So when the 11th house lord goes into the second house, it shows that through your values, your integrity, which the second house represents, through that you may be able to achieve big in society through your social connections, and you may also be able to increase assets because it has gone forth from self, and those assets will be such huge that you will also not only be able to have good expenditure, have good quality of life, have your wishes and desires for a good quality of life achieved through this placement, but also your savings will be high, your bank balance may be high, you may also be able to save enough for a rainy day and be able to do very well. However, because the second house is also the house of dependence, which means that through your social connection, you will also be able to do big or achieve big, not only for self, but also your tribe, your community, your dependents in life. And because this is the house of earnings, your livelihoods, your savings, your earnings built over a period of time. So keep putting in the effort relentlessly. Don't let go of the effort, because the 11th house is also an Upachaya house. So success coming over a period of time, savings being increased over a period of time. You're able to do things for your family built over a period of time. And the most important, having a good quality of life, a rich quality of life also coming through built over a period of time. However, the challenge can be sometimes in social equations, you may end up either nourishing yourself too much, which means you may pick up bad habits of what you eat, what you take into your system. So be very, very careful. However, be also careful where you're putting in your money as in a partnerships, because the D9 chart, the Navamsa, is a chart of partnerships, acquaintances, teamwork, which means without your teamwork, without your effort, without building relationships, you may not be able to achieve. So focus on building good relations with people who are like-minded, who also think on the same lines as you, who also think of savings. They don't splurge. If you are getting into business with somebody, they also keep money set aside so that it is used over a period of time till your business matures. So very good placement where you are getting assets, you're making good earnings, you're also being able to get good savings with effort, with your social connection, with your social network, through relationship, through teamwork, through your rapport building, and then success in terms of savings, earnings, leaving behind something for the community will also come to you. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart of the Navamsa chart gets placed in the 3rd house, mind you, now the 11th house lord has gone 5th from self. This is a strong gain making placement. This is also placement where you may be able to make gains over a period of time, because the 11th house is a Upacha house which gives you results over a period of time. So when the 11th house lord goes into the 3rd house, 5th from self, it is a strong house of gains, but with effort, which the 3rd house represents. So here the zodiac is telling you that I am going to give you a high probability of success to all your wishes and desires coming true through your social network, which the 11th house represents, your extended friendships, which the 11th house represents, working for large goals, but through your ability to be able to put in the effort, bend your back and communicate, your ability to how you are able to influence people, market people, use your social network to be able to get results. And this is a very strong, powerful placement for business. 3rd house is the house of self-effort. 11th house is the house of wishes and desires coming true. So your wishes and desires coming through your own effort, built with like-minded people, your social network, and through your ability to how you are able to create the rapport, how you are able to work with people. Because remember, it is the Navamsa. It is the house, or it is the chart of relationships, partnerships as well. So your efforts bringing you good gains built over a period of time. And you also be able to do very well on a media setup, which means if you want to get good success through media or through media houses or publishing or on the tube, whether this platform, YouTube, or any other social networking platform, this can give you very good results, especially if you are putting in some innovation. You are able to bring in artistic denotation to your effort, to your communication, your ability to influence. Then good gains will come to you, and this is also the stage. 3rd house is also where you're able to communicate, and 5th house is the stage. So 11th house not going into the 3rd house, 5th from self. The zodiac is telling you, I'm giving you the platform to perform and to achieve success, and achieve huge success, mass adulation. So if you're able to get some good planetary dignities getting into the 3rd house, and you have other good placement, the Lagna is strong, this can be a very, very strong, potent placement of huge success built over a period of time, even in business, but getting into the right partnership. So choose the right partnerships, choose the right network, and then success will touch your feet. Now, when the 11th house lord gets into the 4th house in the D9 chart, in the Navamsa chart. Now remember, the 11th house lord has gone 6th from self. What does this mean? It means that 6th house is also the house of challenges, issues, but also competition. So firstly, the 11th house is the house which is also called the Upacha house, where you get results over a period of time. So when it is going 6th from self into the 4th house, it shows that your wishes and desires may come true for assets, which the 4th house represents, in your domestic peace, in how you are able to create the harmony at home, how you are able to get satisfaction in your domestic life, how you are able to create happiness in the environment. However, it won't be easy. You will have to put in the effort. And this also means sometimes if you are creating friendships, social network outside, fine. However, if you are able to not curb how much time, how much effort you're giving to friendships, social life outside, then your home life or your domestic life may also suffer. So this is a placement where you are able to, or you should be able to balance between how much time you are giving to social life, to friends, or depend on friends. Many times I have seen with this placement, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart gets into the 4th house, 6th from self, we create competition for ourselves, where you are not able to give right time, right attention to home. Secondly, because it is 6th from self, we are getting into partnerships with one of the partners may be trying to compete with ourselves or with us. So it is surely a placement where through your social network, through your social connection, through your friends, your connection in the larger society, through that you will build assets, through that you will also be able to achieve higher domestic life, or peaceful domestic life happiness. But you may also face somebody within that partnership who may also be competing with you, maybe even working behind your back. So you need to be a little careful who you make friends with, who you get into partnerships with, who you're getting into business with whom you're trying to achieve large goals in life. So it is always better with this placement to keep some of your cards close to your chest and not give away everything, not give away all secrets. So be a little careful with this placement. Also, this is that your wishes and desires of your domestic life may come true through how you are able to build partnerships, which means in your domestic life, treat your spouse as a partner in being able to achieve assets, in being able to achieve higher harmony, higher peace in society. So don't only look at your own emotions or your own needs in domestic life, but also look at the needs of the partner. Otherwise, what may happen? The partner, your life partner, your spouse may itself, the person may come out across as an enemy to you or confrontational equation with you. So be a little careful. If you are not able to put in the right effort and keep the balance between what is required for you, what is required for your spouse, keeping the domestic life happy, then you may not be able to achieve the material benefits which may come from this. So this is the placement where the zodiac is saying all your wishes and desires for your domestic life, for building assets, for getting life conveniences, I will be able to give you, or I am promising you or giving you higher probability if you work on partnerships and acquaintances. So the message is clear. If the 11th house lord in the D9 chart is in the 4th house, work on the balance, work on the equation, work on your social network, work on your domestic life, keep the balance between the two, and then you find how assets may grow, more happiness is sought, more peace at home, more tranquility at home, you'll be able to achieve. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart in the Navamsa goes into the 5th house in the D9 chart in the Navamsa chart. Now, this is a very powerful placement. Why is it a powerful placement? Firstly, it is the 11th house, the house of your wishes and desires, your social connections, your social network, friends, masses, status, role in society, the works. Coming into the 5th house, which is a trine house and a very, very strong house of gains, higher probability of gains. However, it has come 7th from self. 11th lord coming into the 5th house means it has gone 7th from self. Now, the Navamsa is a house of acquaintances, partnerships, teamwork, your network, your marital life, your conjugal life. So when the 11th house lord goes 7th from self in the 5th house, which is also the house of romance, friendship, so it means that you may be able to achieve your domestic life or settling into a domestic life through romance. Your wishes and desires to be able to get good conjugal life, good marital life, gains in marital life that also may come through your romantic affiliations, your romantic liaison. So starting of your life, or when you are in your teenagers till you eventually get married, you may be in a number of relationships also. However, this is a placement because it has gone 7th from self. You may find that if you are not able to balance and give more, slightly more in the relationship and put more effort in the relationship, few of your initial relationships may not do very, very well. And you will go through a number of breakups from a few months, maybe to 1 or 2 years, before you eventually settle down into a relationship. However, this is a very, very strong and powerful placement for your success, all your wishes and desires coming through in the matter of finance, in the matter of speculative investments, in the matter of getting power, and also for change in your career. So whenever there is an opportunity for change in career, your social network, your friends, your extended network which you've built over a period of time may come to your rescue or come to your help. So keep that equation going. Don't burn your bridges. If you're leaving one organization, getting into another organization, don't burn bridges with the people or friends or acquaintances in the last one, because these people may come to your help later on. If you have trouble in the new organization, or if you quit your job, you can always go back to the social network that you have built, the friendship that you have built for a change in career. If you're not liking a company which you're working, you can just pick up the phone and talk to your friendships, talk to your social network with whom you have strong bonding. Tell them that, okay, I'm not happy here, I want to join you. Please find a place for me in your organization or refer me. connect to the right people. So this is a strong placement of power, authority, success, especially in media. Also the finance also gains coming through you, and also wishes and desires in romance also coming to you. However, very, very important, because it is the Navamsa, it is the chart of balance, partnership, acquaintances. So unless you are ready to give in more in your social network, more to your friends, more in your romantic liaison, you may not be able to get that success. This may also do very well for you in business over a period of time, because 11th house lord gone into the 5th house of gains, 7th from self, connected to finance, connected to making money, getting gains. So the writing is on the wall. 11th house lord in the 5th house is an opportunity given to you that through your effort, through your social network, huge gains may come to you, good romances may come to you, good children may come to you, power, authority, good change in career may also come to you, good money making, financial success may also come into you, built over a period of time. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart in the Navamsa goes into the 6th house, now this is a slightly tricky placement. The simple reason being, firstly, the 11th house lord, the Upacha house of effort, wishes and desires coming true, has gone into the 6th house. 6th house is the house of debts, competition, sicknesses, court cases, working under somebody rather than working in authority, inimical forces and all that, people working behind your back. And it has gone 8 houses away from self. First of all, it's gone into the 6th house of competition, sickness, debts, and into the 8th house of obstacles, problems, challenges. And that's why it's a tricky placement. So what the zodiac is telling you is that, see, if you want your wishes and desires, which the 11th house represents, coming true, then it may come through only through effort built over a period of time. But being able to overcome competition, being able to overcome those people who work behind your back, but through your ability to make true competitive alliances yourself, which means you should have friends who are working with you. You should have a strong social network who's working on your side. And then you may be able to achieve big in large organizations, which the 11th house represents, and be able to get mass success. This could also be a placement where somebody is working in the medical field or in law firm, working with people, and then being able to achieve huge name either in the medical fraternity or in any law firm, or working as maybe a lawyer, working even in armed forces, and then achieving big. Obviously, you'll face competition. You may face inimical forces working behind your back, or you have to compete with other lawyers, or you have to compete other organizations. But this is a strong placement where initial obstacles may be huge. Success may come very late in life. First of all, it is the 11th house, an Upacha house. Then it has got 8 houses from itself. So many times there may be sudden changes, sudden issues which may come. You feel you're winning something and suddenly there is a loss. You feel you're gaining something, suddenly there is an obstacle. So only through an upheaval, learning through your upheaval, and transforming your mind, how you work with people, how you overcome competition, how you take care of your debts, how you take care of court cases if ever you get into some of them, or how to overcome competition, inimical forces in this placement. So if you have the 11th house lord gone into the 6th house in the Navamsa, bid your time, work hard, build relationships which the Navamsa represents, build strong acquaintances which it represents, and then be able to get success. The other thing with this placement is that if you are getting into marital relationship with somebody who you made a friend first, started off as a friend first, then be very careful of how you treat this equation, because there is a strong chance that the first relationship, a strong, serious, long committed relationship, may also break. So if you are able to balance between your needs, build strong equation, put in the effort, overcome competition, be ready for the transformation in your mind, then this is a slightly better placement than the initial challenges, the initial obstacle that you go through. Now, when the 11th house in the D9 chart in the Navamsa goes into the 7th house, this is a very strong placement, because first of all, what is the Navamsa? The Navamsa is a house of partnerships, acquaintances, teamwork, relationships, connections, your conjugal life as well. And if the 11th house has gone into the 7th house, the 7th house also represents your relations, your connections, married life, but it also represents balance. Now 11th house lord going into the 7th house, which means it has gone 9th from self. 9th house from any house is a gain making placement for that house. So when the 11th house lord goes into the 7th house, it shows that you may get huge gains from how you are able to get your social connection, your social network to work with you, and in a manner that you are able to work in a teamwork, which means you have your roles and responsibilities laid out. You know what you're doing, you know what your partner is doing, and it is also a house where through a relationship, even with your spouse, you may be able to make gains, whether your spouse works with you or not in the same firm or same organization or not. However, if your spouse is happy, which the 7th house represents, then the gains will come to you over a period of time. So the zodiac is telling you that you treat your spouse well, you treat your partner well, you treat your partnerships well, then I will be able to give you success over a period of time. But this is also placement where sometimes the spouse may also come from your friend circle. However, very, very strong placement of business success. So people who want to achieve large goals, who are thinking of doing something for the masses, serving the masses, and then working with like-minded people, and then creating their own setup, creating their own business, using their social connections to bring like-minded people together, and then creating the balance between what I'm going to do, what you're going to do, and then achieving success built over a period of time. This is also strong placement where if you are in a good, healthy partnership and you're ready to, with your time, put in the effort, then this may go for a long period of time. So if you're getting into a good partnership, don't let go of the partnership easily. Build more on it. Build the equation stronger. Work on larger goals with people. And this is one of the truest placements of good gains coming from your ability to build your acquaintances, your teamwork, and build and balance, and through that being able to achieve big. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart in the Navamsa goes into the 8th house within the Navamsa, this is a placement where the 11th house lord has gone 10 houses away from self. Now, this is a yin and yang placement in some way, because firstly, what is the 8th house? The 8th house is the house of upheavals, transformations, obstacles, research, sudden events, mysteries, the underground or what is hidden. And 11th house lord has gone into it. What is the 11th house? Success coming over a period of time. Your wishes and desires coming over a period of time with your effort, through your social connection, through your social network, through larger society, through effort, societal connections, how you're working for large organizations, for large causes, and so on. So when the 11th house lord has gone into the 8th house, which means obstacles will come to how you achieve your wishes and desires. Obstacles may come of how you are able to build strong social network. You may not be able to make a very good strong social network easily. You will have to put in double the effort. And many times to build that network, to build a partnership, you may face challenges, you may face obstacles, you may face upheavals in the transformation in the equation as well, which means the network that you're building may break. Those people who you are depending on may not come good. You may break one equation or make friends with somebody else. So your social network, you will also see, will also be something which is very dynamic, will not remain the same. Maybe you may keep one or two friends, which are your friends for a long period, but those will not be too many. The second thing this placement does is, because the 11th house is gone 10 houses away from itself in the 8th house, which means through your own effort, through your social network, getting career success, which the 10th house represents. This is also placement of strong karmic debt, because the 10th house is the house of karma. 8th house is the house of upheavals, hidden things, which means you are carrying some karma connected to your career, connected to people, connected to equations. Why people? Because it is the Navamsa. The Navamsa is the house of others, partnership, acquaintances, teamwork, but also the house of balance, which means if you are ready to overcome obstacles, challenges, problems, transformations, and yet keep your team, yet keep your equation, then success will come to you. The karma you'll be extinguished, and there will be strong social connections, but also career connections, which means your career in some way may be connected to the 8th house, taxation, auditing, IT, government jobs, analysis, research, all these things, insurance, health, maybe sudden events or maybe emergency services, all those things are getting connected. So this is a strong placement for a career coming from there. But however, this is surely a placement where you will have to overcome initial obstacles, initial transformation, initial upheavals, build your social connection, build your friendships, and then over a period of time, because it is the Navamsa, the partnerships, your ability to make those connections will come to your rescue, will help you overcome those transformations and then make gains, let go of your karma and do good over a period of time. Now, when the 11th house lord goes into the 9th house in the D9 chart in the Navamsa, what is the 11th house? 11th house is the house of social connections, social network, your friendships, your larger societal connections, your social responsibilities, your wishes and desires, working in large organizations, masses, and also being able to do something back, giving back to society, focusing on large societal gains or causes as well. However, when it has gone into the 9th house, it has gone 11 places from self. So this is also placement of Bhavat Bhavam, which means that house number, the same number of houses, it has gone from itself. This is one of the most strongest gain making placements, because 11th house is the house of wishes and desires coming true, and it has got 11 places from itself in the 9th house, one of the best houses of gains. So here the zodiac is telling you that through your social connections, which the 11th house represents, through your ability to be able to make your social network, through your friend circle, working with like-minded people, you may be able to get huge success built over a period of time, because remember, it is the 11th house. It is an Upachya house, gives you results over a period of time. However, remember the 9th house is also the house of higher learning, your qualifications, learning through experiences, through gurus, long distance travel, dealing with people from different cultures. So which means your gains will come through only when you are ready to be going through those upheavals, the transformations for more better experiential learning. Also, your higher gains or better success in life may come through how you're ready to bend your back to learn, to get you learning, to get you new certifications, to get new qualifications, which means the more learned you come across to other people with whom you're wanting to build the social network, with whom you want to build the friendships, the success will be higher and higher to coming to you, built over a period of time. With this placement, you may make friendships with people from different cultures. You may travel far and wide, and then after traveling away from the place of your birth, the place of where you grew up, then making those social connections and then being able to get higher success. You may travel far and wide away from the place of birth for higher qualification. You may even travel to another city to be able to get higher qualification, higher learning, or even to foreign lands or to a university away from your city of birth. This could also be a placement where you go abroad, and after working also you keep adding certifications over a period of time, and through those certifications that you keep adding, you keep making gains, which means the zodiac is telling you make learning a lifelong experience, a lifelong activity. Then you will keep getting gains. Your wishes and desires will keep coming true, will keep coming good to you. However, this is also placement that respect your gurus. Gurus are not only your teachers who you learn from, but also the mentors who may be at work also. So build a strong connections, build a strong equations which the Navamsa represents, which the D9 chart represents. Don't pull yourself back when you have to learn or when you have to share your learning with others. Many times we can be greedy. We learn something, we don't want to give our secret mantra to others. So work with people, learn, build your experience over a period of time. Have a learning attitude, have an attitude where you are close to somebody, to a guru, where you're ready to be mentored, ready to work with people from different cultures, and then strong gains, very good gains come over a period of time to you. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart in the Navamsa goes into the 10th house, now the 11th house lord going into the 10th house means it has gone 12 places from self. This is a very, very strong denotation, a very powerful placement. Firstly, what is the 11th house? The 11th house is the house of social connections, your social network, your friends, your larger societal connections, societal responsibilities, your wishes and desires coming true. being able to work for the masses. Masses are represented by the 11th house and what you are able to do, give back to society. Now, when it goes into the 10th house of career, work, karma, but 12 places from self, which means you have to give up a lot of yourself to be able to gain in your career, to be able to gain at work, which means here your reputation at work is very, very critical. How you're coming across as a person who's very dedicated, as a person who's very disciplined. What is your approach to work? What is your approach to higher ups is very, very important, which means if you don't come across as somebody who has good reputation, who's dedicated, who's disciplined, then your efforts may not give you those gains because the 11th house has gone 12 places from self. This may also be a placement where you go far away from your place of birth to be able to work and gain in career. But surely how you are able to work with your superiors, higher ups is very, very critical. If you are able to build that reputation, if you are able to build the rapport with higher ups, with supervisors, with seniors, with managers, then this is a placement where you get success, but over a period of time. Because remember, it is the 11th house, an Upacha house, which gives you results over a period of time. But with an ability to make your network, strong network. 11th house is also the house of strong social networks, but it is the Navamsa, remember. Navamsa is also about partnerships, acquaintances, teamwork, relationships, connections. So this is also placement without your ability to make strong partnerships, acquaintances, have strong teamwork. You may not be able to create a reputation at work that you're very dedicated, committed, you're able to work with people, and your higher ups may not see you as leadership material. Because if you're not able to work with people, if you're not able to see the big picture, if you're not able to keep the organization, the department first, then why would senior leadership want to make you a leader? So reputation is critical, building a rapport is very critical, building the social network, connections is critical. However, you may also sometimes meet your partner, your life partner, whoever you want to live your life with, at work, connected to work. There will be some work connection, surely, at least in one of the few relations that you may end up. Maybe starting off your career, you meet somebody, you date the person, whether you marry the person or not, but surely every now and then you'll keep getting attracted to people at work, or you may build a very strong rapport with people at work. So this can surely be a connection where you may even find your life partner at work. However, because the 11th house has gone 12 places from self, this is not an easy placement. You will many times find that you may not get the right recognition, you may not get the right appreciation from work, or with some people, with some of the supervisors, some of the senior higher ups. So in some organization, you may do very well. But in some organization, you will find that you have stagnated, you're not being pushed, you're not being helped. So this is a placement where you bid your time. See, 1 or 2 years, 3 years, and if you're not able to make a breakthrough, the culture of the organization is not suiting you, then quickly find some other role. Don't quit your job and try to find another job. Find another role in a better organization where you have friends or where you think you may have a chance of doing better, and move. Don't remain stagnant, because the 12th house is being isolated or being stagnated. This is also placement where you make your career in a foreign land, but with initial effort, it won't be easy. However, if you're able to create your rapport, if you're able to create that equation with seniors higher up, this is one of the best placements for gains coming to you, built over a period of time through your reputation and in foreign lands. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart, in the Navamsa, is in the D9 chart itself, in the Navamsa itself, in the 11th house, this is a very strong placement, one of the very strong denotation that you are being given a lot of strength to be able to get wishes and desires fulfilled. Any house lord within its own house is very strong, very, very comfortable. So this is a placement where it is a strong placement, but sometimes in the initial part of life, we get too comfortable in a situation. We feel we have time, we'll get success if we keep working. However, remember, this is a 11th house, which is an Upacha house. Results come to you over a period of time, but without effort, they don't come. So the message given to you by the zodiac is that work hard and don't take time, don't procrastinate. Put in the hard work, bend your back at the start and through social connection. This is one of the strongest placements that without having a strong backup, social network, social connection, making friendships within your organization, within your department, knowing people of other department also, then you will get success. And for that also you'll have to build period of time or build your time so that you're able to get the success. However, this is a placement where if you are able to do the last success, huge success, mass success may come to you. All your wishes and desires may come true, but from your own effort and through like-minded people. Now remember, the 11th house is also the house of social network, social connections, friends, larger society, societal responsibilities. And the Navamsa is a house of partnership, acquaintances, teamwork, relationship, which also means that without being able to build your social network, strong connections, being somebody who can also be seen as a team worker, success may not be coming to you. Secondly, in large organizations, you may not be able to grow higher or grow bigger without the support of your social network or your team, the department with which you're working with. So if you have a team, you're working in a department, make strong connections with everybody. Then build over a period of time, you may be seen as leadership material. However, remember, it is the Navamsa, the relationships are strong, are needed to be able to get the success. You may also meet somebody through your social network who may end up becoming your partner, or when you work in a large organization in intra-departmental, you may be in one department but somebody from some other department you may make friends with and eventually get into a relationship also. However, this is also placement where your reputation may be at stake because of that relationship. So if you are a man, you find a lady working in some other department, you strike up a friendship, you start dating the person, then you may also find that your reputation may be at stake. People may see you as that you are favoring that person, you're favoring that department, or the department favors you because of your romantic liaison or connection there. So this is a tricky placement. Bid your time, be careful, and try, if you get into that kind of equation where you're starting to date somebody from within the organization, keep that relationship not too much in focus, keep it more private. However, this is a very good this is very good placement where over a period of time good success may come, but working a large organization which work for large causes. If you're working in an organization which is maybe into production and not working for masses, not having service from masses, then you may not make good gains. Work in an organization where the organization also believes in giving back to the masses. Try and work for a large organization, a large brand. Then you see all your wishes and desires will come from your effort built over a period of time. Now, when the 11th house lord in the D9 chart in the Navamsa goes into the 12th house, now remember it has gone second place or second house from itself. Now, what is the second house? The second house is the house of earning, your savings, your nourishment, your dependence, your culture, your values, and how you are able to get your earnings. However, because the 11th house is gone into the 12th house, the 12th house is the house of waste, excess, foreign lands, but also losses or loss of effort. Which means because the 11th house is also the house of effort, it is an Upacha house where through effort built over a period of time you get success, and that is gone into the 12th house, which means if you are not able to make the right focused approach in your work, it may be a waste. You may not be able to build your assets, you may not be able to make your bank balance, you may not be able to earn well. However, if you are able to make a focused approach, then the best success may come to you more in an individual role rather than in a team role. Or if you do well in a team role, then you may be able to do better in a multinational corporation, in a company which works for foreign organizations, foreign clients, foreign consultants, foreign customers, or in foreign lands itself. This is also a placement where the success may come to you working in hospitals, in clinics, and armed forces. Also for those organizations which do or work for the masses, this may also be something that you work for organizations such as PETA or CRY, Child Relief and You, or anything related to the climate or something. So something for the last social causes that you are able to do. This can also be a placement where you become very spiritual about your work, your karma built over a period of time. So you start working, you do very well, you work hard, you achieve your wishes and desires, but also you become spiritual in your connections. Remember, the D9 chart, the Navamsa, is about your partnerships, your acquaintances, your teamwork, your relationships, your connections. So initial relationships, many, at least 3, 4, 5 may go down the drain. the effort you put in, but you don't get good gains. So many times you end up becoming spiritual, connected to relationship, that I don't think so, I'm fit for a relationship, let me be very spiritual, I'm okay being alone. Don't fall for the trap. I've seen many people give up good relationship because either they felt they are putting in too much effort, or they are not putting in the right effort. So yeah, the balance is very important, which the Navamsa represents, the D9 chart represents. So do enough, but don't overdo. Do enough where you also see whether you are able to get equal connection, equal gains from the other person, equal focus from the other person, equal love and support from the other person, equal care from the other person also, because it is also a house of your connections, your equations, your relationship also. So very strong placement of even finding the love equation in a foreign land, or working for a foreign company, or working for a multinational corporation. So many times I've seen people work in an organization which is domestic, within the country it works, the relationship breaks. The moment they work for a multinational corporation, a foreign organization, there the relationship prospers, and a long-term relationship also comes. This is also placement where you go to foreign lands and then you settle there. You make your career there, and all your wishes and desires come through in foreign lands. But this is also strong placement of moksha, spiritual accession also for you, spiritual elevation also for you, when you're working for large causes, want to give back to society, want to do more for others. So if you're focused on wanting to do, working for a large organization, working for large charities, wanting to give back to society, having a very philanthropic approach, then the zodiac is telling you, this is one of the strongest cracks at your spiritual ascension, your spiritual elevation, and even moksha itself. So friends, now that we have seen how the placement of the 11th house lord in different houses in the Navamsa will throw out different probabilities for you, different possibilities for you, different successes for you, and how your wishes and desires can come true. Do see in what connection with what other planets the 11th house lord is placed in which houses, and where it is placed in the D1 chart. See them together and then make the biggest gains from that placement. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.